5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good evening, Misfits. All right. Whoa, what is going on there? We gotta frame that up a little better. There we go. Oh, I got the little Ozbot thingy. Oh, wrong way.
Oh yeah, that's a good camera, ain't it?
Yeah, I can move it with my. I don't have to grab it and move it like I used to.
Yeah. I got a pan, tilt, and zoom too. I can just with the remote.
Fancy. We fancy.
We're interneting like nobody's ever seen, right?
Yeah, I got this whole setup and shit, and that's I don't even make any money off of it.
I got a setup too. I got this. I was supposed to use this today to make a video about Billie Eilish, but I didn't. Dude. Chief Golden Eagle is gonna make a comeback.
Oh my God. You know what? We gotta jump right into that because that is just so good. I swear I'm all about this. Not about that. Oh no, we're not about that.
What is that? Your haters are gonna love.
We're not about that. We're not about that. No. Get out of there. There was this story that just popped up. Where is it? Did I skip it? No.
Stolen land.
Yeah.
So
it's I think
I may do my whole show in the headdress tomorrow.
I'm not sure if this is verified or not, but it was like some lawyers are representing the people.
Yeah, I heard about that. They actually sued. I think that is. I don't know where it's gonna go.
Yeah, no, it's
but
not.
I think that is. They're like suing to evict her, right?
I think so. Here it is. All right, so top LA eviction lawyers are offering to evict Billie Eilish for free on behalf of the Tongva tribe.
Yeah, that's
So for immediate release, Sinai law firm is offering to evict Billie Eilish from her Los Angeles home on a pro bono basis on behalf of the Tongva tribe. Sinai law firm is the premier eviction firm in the country. Eilish's admission that she lives on stolen land gives the tribe a rightful action for possession as true owner of the property. The 30-day notice is already written and will be served. So here's why I like this, right?
Because I doubt it's going to do anything.
No,
but it's a funny thing. It's funny.
The reason I like this is because it's an actual physical test of putting them to their own standards, right? Be like,
make them to live by their own standards, 100%.
Because now it's just like the Martha's Vineyard video is exactly the same thing. It's like they go, oh, we want to let everybody.
Airlines landed there.
Yeah, we want to let everybody in, and then you see them wave into the immigrants they just kicked off of Martha's Vineyard. It's like we need more of this.
They declared a humanitarian emergency and called in the military and deported all the illegals that DeSantis flew in there within 48 hours.
Yeah, it's so wild, right?
But they're accepting and welcoming, right? They're like, bring them all here. They showed up. Okay, you wanted them.
Yeah. Shit. Who the fuck?
I thought this was a good thing. I thought this is what strengthens the community.
Yeah. I want to say it might have been Crowder, but somebody I was watching the other day. It was like, yeah, they try to hold you to this standard that they would never do, right? It's like it's not them that's going to be affected by this. When they say you need, like when Edward Norton's like, we need to have like stop buying shit for a day. It's like it's really easy for a millionaire to say stop buying shit, but if you have baby formula that you need to go pick up, you can't do that. Where it's like, and they just keep on all these like elites. They really are completely out of touch.
Like I always say, they never passed their own tests.
No,
like Elizabeth Warren. Cultural appropriation is bad, but she lied about her heritage and her DNA and ancestry to move up positions at her job, right? So cultural appropriation ain't that bad when you did it. They never passed their own tests, right? So that's that.
Yeah, no, I was just doing. I just did an interview with Tiffany. Shit, I don't want to fuck up her name. It's Tiffany Brannon, I think. Yeah, Tiffany Brannon. And we were talking about how like the left is basically eating themselves. Like I want them to keep going down this road. I want them to keep on defending the illegal immigration. I want them to keep on going this not learning their lessons, because I think that the majority of people see right through it. I don't think that there is a person on the planet that really truly believes the reason they are fighting against voter ID is because of racism. I don't think that anyone actually believes that. I think that everyone in their heart of hearts knows it's for votes. They want to cheat. And I think the majority of people will reject that.
Well, I think so too. I don't know what I'm looking for. There was something.
Not the majority of the left, the majority of people.
No, the majority of people, and especially the majority of people outside the left.
Exactly.
Take Republicans out of it. I mean, there was that poll that came out even racially. The lowest was 76% of black people were like, yeah, voter ID is great. So how could it be right? You know, I mean, so
I think we're like one of the only two. What is it? Us and New Zealand? We're like, I think we're one of the only few countries that doesn't do that.
Well, dude, when Nicki Minaj is like, this doesn't make sense. Why we're not doing this? When she's a political novice, I don't know what her end game is. I hope it's genuine. I kind of get like, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm also kind of like, is this another Kanye? Like, we're in 5 years, it's a disaster. But right now, she's moving the Overton window. She's moving the needle, and she's even like, why are we even having a debate about this? This seems like common sense, and that's what's most important, because Nicki Minaj is not alone in that thought process where it's common sense.
Here, let's get this up on the screen. Nicki Minaj, or fans of the Queen of Rap, Nicki Minaj, have flooded X with posts announcing they've switched their voter registration to Republican. Here's the thing. I'm cautiously optimistic too, but I don't see a lot of downside to this, but at the same time, I don't think that we should, double speak and say that we're going to preach traditional values and stuff like that, and then she comes out with a song that's like, I know the other one is the WAP song is the other one, but that has
Cardi B.
Yeah, that was Cardi B, but Nicki Minaj also.
But she's got plenty of.
She's got some, So that's the only downside I can see, is maybe it would look a little bit hypocritical. But dude, she's a +1 right now. She's definitely helping. She's a +1.
Positive.
That's all we want. We want +1s. We want to focus on
wins.
The midterms. We want to get out the bad actors in the party, and we want to flip seats. That's the goal. This
put me
will
in the
help.
best position to win. Nicki Minaj puts us in a better position to win.
I know that she's not going to get.
Right now.
I know that she's not going to influence like 5% of the black vote. But if we did influence 5% of the black vote, we win the elections. So
easily. Yeah. Well, she takes a step in the right direction there.
Yeah, everything, and that's the thing about these fucking black pillars. Like, I'm getting so.
Oh, dude,
Bongino could not have come back at a better time, because
it's the perfect time. And look at this dude, 3 days in, and they're like a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I think that it was on life support anyway. I made the post last night. I said the woke right is dead. The brain's gone, the body's gone, the brain just doesn't know it, or vice versa. And somebody was like, "Oh, this is about that Elijah Schaffer thing." I go, I wrote that before I heard about the Elijah Schaffer thing, and it's because we got Candace Owens is losing her viewership. We got Nick Fuentes is fighting with Jake Shields. We got Sneako's fighting with Andrew Tate. You got Dan Bongino's back calling them all out. You got Owen Schroyer crying
Kanye West apologized.
Yeah, Kanye, exactly. Right? Kanye coming out, and that's, by the way, that's a strategic move. It's like, I don't buy that for a second, but that means that they know they've lost. That means that they are rats trying to get off the ship. Don't let them on your ship. Let them drown.
Exactly. Right.
Like, don't be like, oh, Nick Fuentes apologized, let's bring him. No. That's the trap.
Well, that's like the Trojan horse, right?
Well, it's just
the Greeks left us a gift.
Gatekeeping's good. Gatekeeping's good. Ask the Trojans.
Yes. Exactly.
Anyone see that fucking movie? They should have done more gatekeeping. They should have listened to Eric Bana or Orlando Bloom and burned it. But you look at the Elijah Schaffer thing, right? I don't think anybody actually cares that somebody cheated on their wife. The reason why we're really fixating on this and we're spreading it is because it points out the thing that we've been telling you. These people are fake. They are a fake Christian movement that has infiltrated, and they are using it to get in with people like Charlie Kirk, with people that are actually believers of what we believe in. And it just points out, I saw Sarah deleted all of her social media. I saw everybody that works at Rift TV took their affiliate badge off. That, I don't know how many views that channel got, but that one little cell of woke right is now off the board. Mm-hmm. So let them keep talking.
By their own doing.
Yeah, let them keep talking. That's why I say you should let them keep talking.
That's why we've been saying it. Let them, do not cancel. People are like, oh, you want to cancel? I don't want to cancel anybody.
No, opposite.
I want Candace Owens to tell her viewers that bees killed Charlie Kirk. I want her to talk about time travel, because then I can go, all right, you said it was all about asking questions. What now? Okay,
well, where's
time
the
travel, is that
answers?
really a
First of
question
all, I mean,
mark?
yeah.
Answer, yeah,
No, but
right? Come on.
I look. I'm making it a very conscious effort not to bring her up, not to post about her because I want to, let that fade out. But
Sure.
I think I saw something where she said that Jeffrey Epstein's alive and living in Israel, and at the same time,
Of
now you
course.
have Tucker Carlson bringing on Ian Carroll and doing a whole nother episode about Israel. These people are milking that narrative for everything it's worth, but it's done.
Everything.
It's
Yeah, it
done.
pretty much is. Yeah.
It's absolutely done. I mean, dude, the amount of people that continuously fall for psyops is a little concerning. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's disheartening to see how many people just jump on board, but that's what we're here for. We're here for the counter narrative.
That's right.
All right, so let's see here. I wanted to get to the drama before we get to the midterms, because that's what the goal has to be, right? I've said this over and over again. We need to pivot to midterms. However, it's too good not to talk about. We're going to cover that Elijah Schaffer thing. So if you guys have been living under a rock, Elijah Schaffer, who is the CEO of Rift TV, and Sarah Stocks, I think it was, yeah. They apparently got into an affair, and the rumor is she got an abortion. I don't think that's verified, but there was a recording of her, and I'm trying to find that, but I don't even think we need that. Here it is. So she deleted her social media. She's completely off the internet. Seems like an admission of guilt there. But I want to point this out because I'm going to make a good point here. You're going to want to feel bad for this girl, right? Because her life is ruined. It's important to remember how she got her notoriety. She jumped on the bandwagon of let's hate Jews and push this sensationalism, white nationalism, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And then she linked up with other influencers and met with Elijah and became like the Vanna White of Rift TV. And she was constantly berating people and telling people how they are bad Christians. She was talking about replacement theology.
Very sanctimonious.
Replacement theology, supersessionism, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't even not only feel bad for her, I think that we should shun all the people that worked at that organization because they knew that Elijah was like this, right? Here, let's go and type his name in just to Google. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but he was let go of the Blaze for sexual harassment.
Yes, I did know that. I don't know if anybody else knew that, but I knew that.
Sexual? That's good enough. Sexual horror. Yeah. All right, here we go. Elijah Schaffer. Nope, this site can't be reached. We'll find it. I figured this would pop up. Homosexual predator. All right. Let's see. They got the Sarah Stock affair already. I don't know why this isn't popping up, but there was an article. All right, here we go. Let's just read this. Elijah Schaffer has faced multiple allegations of sexual misconduct. He was fired by the Blaze in 2022 following an internal investigation that he groped a female coworker, Sarah Gonzalez, without her consent during a film premiere in Dallas. The Blaze stated he was terminated for violating company policies. Sydney Watson filed a federal lawsuit alleging that Schaffer subjected her to a hostile work environment through sexist, misogynistic. Now, look, I don't do the whole, believe all women, but I also don't do the believe no women, right? And when there is a pattern of behavior and there is a lot of rumors that are backed up with real people that are, saying these things, and then you have text messages and you have this and you have this. This is the same thing I did with Andrew Tate. Do I have complete, I know for a fact I was there, I saw it? No. Do I have enough circumstantial evidence where I would convict him if I was on a jury? Yes. Right? Yes. So with Elijah, I don't think that, I'm not saying that he raped anybody, but I think that he's a fucking creep. And I think that he probably hired Sarah because she's pretty, and then probably, weaseled his way in there. It could have been consensual. It could have been mostly consensual. I know that she's now claiming that he gave her Benadryl and she fell asleep. I don't fucking know. what I'm saying is these people are not Christians that are promoting values that we should have in the conservative movement. So elevating them is a damaging move to MAGA. We should gatekeep. We should call them out. We should kick them the fuck out of the tent. We needed them in the tent to win. Now we won. Kick them out. Fill it with new people. It's not that hard to fucking figure out. But yet constantly people just latch onto these people because of clout, and I'm tired of it. Wake the fuck up, right? Social media clout is not how you win elections. It's not how you win elections. It really isn't. You win elections by boots on the ground, organizations like TP USA, and door knocking and campaigning. It's not about sensationalism grifting on fucking podcasts. So, wake the fuck up and start paying attention. The woke right.
And I'm happy that this. I mean, obviously, I hope everybody's all right because it kind of looks scary, right? Like it kind of looks bad, but in some aspects. But at the same time, I held off last night for a little bit, and then I was like, no, I got to put up, and I told you so post because we told you so.
Yeah,
this guy was not who he professes to be, and if the abortion rumors can be verified, it's real bad for Sarah Stock.
Oh yeah,
who wrote an article on Rift TV about how women who get abortions should be legally punished. If that is true, it's not good.
Yeah, it's the height of hypocrisy. I mean,
I
think she's doing what the Hawk Tuah girl did. She's gone. She's done. She's not coming back.
She's gone. She just dropped off. She didn't say anything. She's just out.
I don't think she's going to try to come back. I think that one's over. I think Elijah will try to rebrand himself, but it won't work. And again, like if this happened to just some random content creator cheated on his wife, I wouldn't care. Right? It's the fact that these people have been this moral superiority complex, accusing everyone else of being these evil, people, and we've been trying to point out that I call them Chat GPT Christians, that they're not Christian, they're not conservative. The only values they have is how many clicks and likes they get. And that's Tucker Carlson, that's Candace Owens. Their whole persona is audience capture. I was just in the interview with Tiffany, and I was telling her about how this works, right? Like, this is how Candace's brain works. She goes, there's a psyop that goes on, right? Candace isn't involved in the psyop. She's part of the psyop because, let's say, Qatar, Pakistan, Russia, North Korea, somebody, they want to push a psyop on America that the Jews did 9/11, okay? Then a bunch of bots and a bunch of sock accounts and a bunch of useful idiot NPCs, they start going into Candace Owens' comment section and repeating that. Candace Owens will adopt that because it's audience capture. She's seeing she's
seeing it, and she's saying, "Oh, that's the thing to say."
Look at what happened when she had the meeting with Erica Kirk. She immediately came out.
Marching orders, essentially.
Well, after the meeting with Erica Kirk, she pulled back and she was like, I don't know, maybe this. I might have made some mistakes. Her audience chewed her up, and a day later, she was right back out there attacking Erica Kirk. She is the definition of audience capture and sensationalism. And we need to separate ourselves from those people because Howard Stern can make all the money he wants by being a ridiculous sensationalist. Jerry Springer can do shock jock, but they are not political pundits. They are not conservative commentators.
So they're entertainers.
Exactly.
That's it. And that's Fuentes too. At the end of the day, I've spoken to some people who are like, "No, I like it." And I'm like, "What do you like?" It's like, "Oh, he just says some crazy stuff. It's like really entertaining." And I'm like,
"That's what they like."
So then he's Howard Stern. Mm-hmm. He's not a political commentator. He's a comedian. He's an entertainer. Yeah. People watch him. People enjoy him. By the way, it's your constitutional right to do that. I'm not going to tell you, I don't enjoy him. So I'll say, hey, here's why I don't enjoy him. Here's why I think you may not want to consume that. But if you want to consume that content, fine, whatever. Yeah. It's no different to me than somebody watching dirty comedy, you know, or fine.
Or porn.
But they're comedian, right? They're still not somebody you should be taking seriously outside of their lane. And I know it's weird because people hear that, like, they're like, "Oh, well, you do the Trump thing." And I'm like, yeah, but I was an activist before I even went anywhere with that. Right? Yeah. I was in knee deep on campaigns, walking blocks, knocking doors. Like, these are things that I know will work. We're going to do it again here in Rutherford County and hopefully get a good result with the help of a lot of other people.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I don't know how many people are doing that, right? So
But
it's like,
you
Fuentes ain't knocking on doors because he can't.
You have a niche, and you have a talent to do that, and you make it entertaining for audience, like for engagement. But you're also extremely well read and smart in the political environment. Like you're bringing people in with the comedy and the entertainment, but then you're actually delivering a message. What the difference between you and Nick Fuentes is Nick Fuentes' views will change the way the wind blows, right?
Right.
He's not a political commentator. He's a shock jock influencer.
He's a shock jock.
Yeah.
He's a shock jock. That's it.
Like, I'm all for making it entertaining. That's what I do. I get people riled up, but my message is consistent. That's all we're asking.
Right.
If you're gonna, and by the way, it's more of the people that are elevating and making excuses because they also want to, ride the wave of his clout. It's like, don't pretend that you're hosting Nick Fuentes because you're all for free speech. You're hosting Nick Fuentes because you like his audience. That's what bothers me.
Because you think him resharing your content and whatnot will get you a few more followers. That's all it is. You're doing it to expose yourself. You're not doing it, to give yourself. You're doing it to give yourself more exposure. You're not doing it because you want to stick it to the man. I'm going to have the guy on that they say nobody can have on. Well, everyone's having him on, so that's not a thing anymore. Yeah. Okay? So,
and we want him
you're
on.
not allowed to talk about Israel. All you do all day long is talk about Israel. So, yes, you are allowed because you're alive. And by the way, you should be. But that's it,
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I think that it's just like, if we become a movement that the people, the main people in our party, in our movement, in our online face, right? The face of our online voices are a bunch of grifting sensationalists, then we are not going to be taken seriously offline. We need to have the people that are in the like, look, have Nick Fuentes on, but if you don't agree with what he's saying, don't agree with him. It's that fucking simple. It's really just the fakeness of it. It's like reality TV. These people are losing. They're putting their own pages over the party, over the country, and that's what we need to get out. Which is again why Dan Bongino coming back was not only completely necessary, couldn't have come any sooner, but it's going to be super effective in these midterms. Which is they're so fucking like the midterms are so critical. They're so critical. If we
they are.
If we 100%. Don't win these midterms, they're going to impeach Trump. They're going to drag everything. They're going to combat him at every turn, and it's just going to suck for 2 years. So get your head in the game. All right. Speaking of, my pet project for the midterms is Massey. Right. I am all about calling that fucker out. I saw something interesting today. I don't know if you saw it, but here is from his primary opponent, Ed Galbraith. The donors follow the money. The donors giving to the squad, Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, and Hillary Clinton are now giving to Thomas Massey. They know exactly what they're doing.
You don't say.
Using Massey to stop President Trump's agenda. Ed Galbraith is proudly endorsed by President Trump and supported by the MAGA movement. Let's take a look at this. Oh, what's that? Rory Gates? Oh, Rory Gates. Isn't that Bill Gates' son?
Yeah, that would be Bill Gates' son, yeah.
Yeah, what's this committee? $813,000. The Harris Victory Fund. The Kamala Harris Victory Fund is giving $813,000 to Thomas Massey. Huh. Paul Graham. Hillary Victory Fund. Would you look at that? $300,000. Ali Partovi, Obama for America, $2,300. And Rania Marok, whatever, Rashida Tlaib for Congress, $2,900.
Oh, you don't say. Rashida Tlaib. Mm-hmm. You don't say.
So these people are donating to Obama, Hillary, Harris, and Rashida Tlaib, and they're also donating to Thomas Massey. We've already covered that Thomas Massey, one of the PACs that supports him is the Democratic Socialists of America.
Well, it's IPAC. IPAC supports the DSA, but the DSA does not individually support Massey.
Okay.
Accurate.
All right. So, good. Thank you for the correction. You don't want to put out fake news there. But the people that are essentially funding ICE are at least connected to the people that are, the people that are trying to stop ICE are connected to the people that are funding Massey. And then
that is correct.
When there is a vote that we need to fund ICE, that Massey says, I'm a no, you should make that connection. Because what his gaslighting will do is, oh, I found something in there that was a poison pill and I didn't want to do it. Okay, you're not going to have a perfect bill. Does he not understand how Congress works or how the system works? So. Yeah, I actually got another post that's pretty good. Because it really, like, what he's doing is he's trying to convince people that he's the most conservative by highlighting something that's not conservative in a bill and then automatically voting against it, right? But think about what he's actually doing. He's voting against the entire MAGA agenda by gumming up the works and voting against his party. So all of those people that are trying to work together and make concessions and move the country in a conservative direction, Massey is standing in the way. So it's not conservative. Where is that?
That's true. Yeah, he's the one who keeps screwing around. He's the one who keeps voting no on everything and getting in the way, as you said.
Politics is a team sport, right? He ran as a Republican. Vote with Republicans, all right? I mean, obviously, you don't have to vote yes on everything. You don't have to, like, blind loyalty. But if a bill is like 80%, 85% good and there's 15% bad in it, weigh that and just fucking vote, dude. You can't just highlight something and be like, I'm going to be a protest vote every single time. You're fucking useless.
Every single time.
You're useless that way. Why can't I find that? Also, look at this, right? Thomas Massey voted most progressive Republican in Congress, slightly edging out fellow Republicans Brian Fitzpatrick and Don Bacon. Bro, he talks
those are all nasty.
He talks about how he's 91% of the time. First of all, that's a lie. He doesn't vote with Congress 91% of the time. It's between 75 and 81. It's not 91. He just lies. I don't know why I can't find that fucking post, but I'm going to give up in a second. But basically what I'm saying, I just basically, articulated what I was just telling you. Massey's like, I didn't vote for this bill because of this. I'm like, dude, you do this every time, right? Every time you come out and you say, I didn't vote for this, even though the entire party did, I was the only no vote because I highlighted something in there that I don't like. That's not how this works. We are trying to move dude, I don't know if you guys know this. Democrats live here too. It's still their country. You have to give them something. When you're the majority, that doesn't mean you get everything you want and they get nothing. You have to give them stuff, right? So if he constantly and by the way, lately I've noticed he's really voting on stuff that the Democrats are against, right? It's not like he's voting on something that has like some pork in it, right? He's voting on things that the Democrat like funding ICE,
right,
or closing the border and shit like that.
Well, that's what people are like. People are like, oh, well, he doesn't let the donors sway his voting habits, and I'm like, well,
how do you know?
Money. He got money from a guy who is the founder of a PAC, IPAC, who supports ending ICE, and now he voted against ICE funding. And they're like, well, that's not why. I said, well, what if he got money from AIPAC and voted for some anti-Semitism bill? Mm-hmm. What would you say?
Exactly.
Well, that's different. It's not different. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
he took money from a guy and then voted some way. I'm just noticing patterns.
Yeah.
Okay?
And that's it. I have a solution to this problem that I've said many times on this show. I think that it should all just be wiped out. No more PACs. No more lobbying. No. Yeah. I was just saying this in the interview I just did. I would say, she goes, how do we fix this problem? I go, the way to fix the problem will never be voted on because Congress would have to literally agree to take less money. Just no PACs, no lobbying. The only money you get when you're running a campaign is from your constituents. Like, Thomas Massey does not represent his constituents. If you think about it, Thomas Massey is a tech bro who was like, who made millions doing something in tech. his opponent is a fifth-generation farmer, a Navy SEAL, Army Ranger, and a business owner who lives in Kentucky. It's like he's more Kentucky than him. But Massey's also a libertarian in a 80 to 90% favorability district for Trump. Thomas Massey's favorability is in between 43 and 54%. So he's not representing his people. He's representing himself. He's making the decisions not to vote on the Trump agenda when he represents a 90% Trump district. It's cut and dry. He's not doing his job. It's not the United States of Massey.
Right. Yeah. He's voting. He's doing what Tom Tillis is doing. He doesn't care about his constituents. He cares about him. And that's not what he was elected to represent his district of however many people there are in that district. And he's not doing that. He's not even consulting with the district.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
So this is the post, right? I voted against the rule to bring this omnibus forward for a vote. Here's the breakdown of some of the most ridiculous items included. Okay, so what he's doing is he's just going and he's cherry picking and things that he doesn't like. Okay, we understand you don't like it, right? But again, if you understand how Congress works, it's like all of the people in the party, it's a team sport. They all get together and they go, is this going to benefit us overall in the long run? Is the risk reward worth it? Yes, we're going to have to add something. We're going to have to give them something, this, that, and the other. Let's all, as a party, move forward and get it done. Now, you might represent a district that's more moderate or maybe even like purple, and you might not agree with it. And you might actually say, my constituents don't want this. If in that case, you would vote against the party, because you would be representing your district who is it's not a 90% Trump district. Maybe it's like a 53-47 district, right? If that's the case, Thomas Massey would have an argument. He doesn't have an argument because Kentucky's 4th district is super red. He can't keep doing this. You can't have a representative in a super red district that votes against the party more than anyone else. It's not representative government.
Right. No, it's true. And it's one of those, if it was purple, you could say he's placating both sides because that's the makeup of the district. Fine.
Yeah, he'd have an argument. I'm representing my constituents. My constituents don't want this. That
kind of like what John Fetterman's doing. He's in a swing state, so he's acting like a moderate. It's the same thing, unfortunately. I hate to say it, but the only person I would say in the Senate who has an excuse to be as squishy as she is Susan Collins, okay? Mm-hmm. Because she's in a blue state Maine, as a red senator. Yeah, Maine. But Murkowski in Alaska, there's more polar bears in Alaska than there are Democrats.
Exactly.
Stop doing that. No. John Thune is from South freaking Dakota.
Exactly.
What are you doing, bro?
And that's the problem. Politicians are doing what they want to do and not what you want to do, and that's the fucking problem. That's why, and I was asked today, how do we fix it? I go, you got to put new people in. You really do have to do a better job of putting new people in. It's like, stop putting in like politicians. Like Ed Galbraith is a Army Ranger, check. Military, check. Right? Definitely know that he at least served his country, loves his country. Fifth generation farmer, okay. Cares about America, literally feeds people, like helps build this country. A functioning member of society, check. Business owner, somebody that actually knows how to run a business, somebody that has employees, somebody that knows how to balance budgets and do books, check. Those 3 things are what you want in a congressman. What the fuck? Massey wrote a program and got rich and then went and, lived off the taxpayers for the rest of his life. 13 years. He's passed one fucking bill. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing these fucking people. And we have to do it on our side. We also have to challenge the swing states and the swing districts. So we need to put together a list. I'm going to start working on it, and we're going to try to find out exactly what races we need to focus on. We're going to try to get the message out to the people in those districts, and we're going to be like, this is the day you need to vote. This is who you need to vote for, and here's why. We need a cheat sheet is what we need.
Yep.
We need
I
a
agree.
midterm
We got to put
cheat
something
sheet.
together.
That's what we need.
Got
We
to
need a
put something
midterm
together.
cheat sheet, and once we have that, we got to blast it all over the internet. Marked safe from not having an ass in my name. That's funny. Well, but I mean, like, you have anything to add?
I mean, I think in terms of the midterms, what you're saying, a cheat sheet would be good in terms of like, because what happened in Texas Senate District 9 was a disaster.
Yeah.
I know it's not going to have bad implications, thankfully, but the issue
It's
that
still
we
not
have
good
is
for optics
it's
wise.
still not good, and it's great optics for the Democrats. It's bad optics for the Republicans. It's not dooming, blackpilling, saying the midterms is over because of one special election in a Senate district in Texas. I get it, but I heard excuses. Oh, it was cold. I don't care.
Yeah.
Put on a jacket.
Yeah.
You're not like standing in the tundra for 5 hours waiting online to vote in a special election. Wear a coat. Okay. The problem is people don't know. And
Yeah.
so I have encouraging people the first of every month, set an alarm on your phone, go on the Google machine.
Yeah, I
and
saw
you
that.
say, is there an election that I can vote in, and then enter your zip code this month? It takes one search 12 times a year. It's 2 minutes, right? Just do it. And then you'll find out if there's something going on. And if there's not, hey, you don't have to vote that month. And if there is, hey, you have to vote that month. And then just participate.
Yeah,
because that's what's going to happen. Georgia's 14th district, in 12 days, there's a primary for who is going to be Marjorie Taylor Greene's replacement.
Yeah.
12 days, early voting starts in Georgia.
And we need to focus on that. That's a good point. We need to focus on that, and we need to figure out who we need to get in there, and who's running. And I think I'm not sure if Turning Point Actions website or app does it, but we really just need an app that would get this out there. I know that some people are putting together some of them. I saw that you shared this. I like this idea too. This is Joseph Pineda.
I know him personally.
Yeah.
He is a really cool guy. And
but this is the type of stuff that we need to start focusing
Train GOP. He's working on this. It's Train GOP. It is it's a website with like a bunch of modules on it that you can, because the Democrats have something like this. We don't.
Yeah.
I think this has so much potential. I love it a lot. And I know Joe Pineda personally. We actually get confused for each other all the time because we look very similar. So it sucks for him.
Let's find out.
Oh
my God, you actually do.
Yeah.
You actually do look very similar.
Yeah, it's terrible for him. It really is. But he's a great guy, and he's here in Tennessee. And yeah, that module, that website that he's building, Train GOP, has amazing potential. Amazing potential.
So like Turning Point, I saw Erica Kirk came out and she was like, they got a lot of plans to get out the youth vote and take care of that. And honestly, like I'm putting my faith in them because I think that Charlie is looking down on her. So that's just purely faith. There's no logic behind it. I think that's fine, but that's the youth vote, right? That's one demographic. That's the youth vote in the colleges. That's TPUSA's job. Our job is to start getting the message out for districts that we can win, that are achievable, and putting in people that will actually represent the people that they're serving. That's the problem. The problem is there's too many people that just get elected because they buy ads or they crowdfund on fucking social media. Like Thomas Massey, his donors are all in fucking blue. Like if he put up his own map, he put this up.
His map, and you saw all the clusters on the coast.
He put up the map showing who his donors are. It's literally the Northeast and the fucking West Coast. It's crazy that he did that, thinking that was a good idea. But Massey is not representing Kentucky's 4th. He's representing whatever, who himself, like the people that agree with him, audience capture. That's the problem, right? So I'm telling you, like my requirements are literally Ed Galrin. It's literally like, okay, are you military, a business owner, and have you done a job that helps serve
4 Bronze Stars, right?
Yeah, the guy, dude.
Come on, man.
If Massey wins this, then I'm gonna lose faith in fucking Kentucky. I mean, I know that it's Kentucky, but come on. Like,
right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, but I can do an early show tonight. I mean,
We can do an early one. I mean, what else we got going on right now?
let's do a quick. Let's do a quick scan. Let's do a quick scan of
Yeah,
the
we can do a
interwebs.
scan. The one thing that I think we got to watch out for right now, I think I was texting you about it a little bit earlier, was these squishes are coming out with pseudo amnesty now. This Mike Lawler from New York, and again, we were just talking about how if you're in like a purple district, it makes sense to be doing that, and he is in it's not Kentucky 4. Let's just say that, okay? He's a moderate. Everyone knows he's a moderate. He pretends like he's not to placate the Republicans who vote for him, but he's a moderate, and he's in not a strong conservative, bastion in the state of New York. So I could see why he's doing it. I don't like that he's doing it. I think if you're going to give to Democrats, we don't give to them in the amnesty arena, but he's pushing this thing called the Dignity Act. Which essentially,
I was just talking to Tiffany about this. I mean, look, you can't. That would be the death of MAGA. If you run on getting out every illegal and then you flip and you go, but we're gonna give amnesty to some of them. Bye.
No, and it's not even just the death of MAGA. It is MAGA, but that's not where it stops. It's literally the death of law and order. And Will Cain went right at him today on his show. I love Will Cain.
Yeah, me too.
And he went right at him and was like, Congressman, why do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Just answer that question. And essentially was, because you can't get rid of all of them. Well,
yes, you can.
Why don't we try and get rid of as many as possible instead of just saying, well, that group gets to stay? Because what's going to stop the next one from going, hey, remember what you did with that group? Let's do it for this group. And now all of a sudden, they're all staying. Yeah. And no, the answer is no.
If your home had a giant pile of manure in the middle of it, right? Like right in the living room. And I'm talking like 5 feet high, right? 5 feet high. 8 feet wide, 8 feet wide. Would you say, I can't get rid of it? It'll take too long to get rid of it, so I'm just gonna let more shit in here? No, you'd get it out. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. You only have one shovel. It's a big pile. Keep fucking shoveling. You can definitely get out every illegal immigrant. It just might take a while.
It's like one of these things too. It's also like, okay, so. Well, he goes, well, some of them are here, and the only crime they committed was coming in illegally. All right, so I'm going to break into your house.
I'm not going to steal anything.
Pay my way. I'm going to pay my way.
Yeah.
I will contribute to your electric bill.
Yeah.
I will buy my own food. I will contribute, but I'm staying.
Yeah, it's the only crime I committed. The only crime I committed was breaking
and entering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I buy my own food. I pay the water bill. What are you doing, man?
Freaking kidding me, man. What are you doing? And
calling it the Dignity Act? What are you, a fucking liberal?
That's it. Well, because this is originally proposed, I think, by either squishes or liberals.
Yeah.
And it's just like there's nothing dignified about rewarding law breaking, and that's what he's doing.
I mean, we've seen what soft on crime does. We've seen, you know what?
You know what else he said? I'm sorry. You know what? Oh, it'll just be a one-time thing. Heard that under Reagan.
Exactly.
Hard pass.
I don't even want to say soft on crime. We've seen what appeasement does, right? And it applies to so many things. If you appease the radical Islamic terrorists, you get more death. If you appease the left, if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile, right?
Take the mile. Yes.
Appeasement doesn't work. Order only happens when you enforce laws. That's why it's called law and order, right? It's not just law. It's not just law. Break it or don't. I don't know. Whatever. You'll be fine. So it's the appeasement culture around the world. It's not even just in America. Is what is destroying culture. We need to get back to, hey, there are consequences for your actions. You came into this country illegally, and that's the only thing you did. And the only thing we're going to do to you is kick you out of the fucking country.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And we'll give you $2,600, by the way, and a flight.
Yeah. And the opportunity to come back.
Yeah.
If you just leave now.
I don't want to hear any argument that there's too many of them here, or they contribute to society, or this, that, or the other. No. Look, here, bye.
I'd rather Americans working for a living wage have those jobs. And they're like, oh, it's the jobs that Americans won't do. I'll tell you right now, if I needed work and there was a farm in this area okay, that was willing to pay me whatever they were, they're not going to give me $3 an hour like they give to some illegal. Okay. I'm protected by those labor laws. I'd work on a farm if I needed to keep the lights on. I have no shame. That's it. You know what? What are you going to say? Oh, you work hard. You're keeping screw that. Okay. Like these aren't jobs that Americans won't do. Maybe some of them are jobs that Americans would prefer not to do. And by the way, there was an illegal in New Orleans from Cameroon who was recruited into their police department and issued a gun.
Yeah.
ICE just arrested him. That's a job Americans won't do?
It's insane. I mean,
that's a job many Americans would do.
Also, like they act like Americans wouldn't do these jobs. Like if we got rid of the illegals, then we would have more money because they are a drain on the system. It costs what, $150 billion a year in welfare for undocumenteds. What about the amount
Americans would do the jobs because the jobs would be out there. They'd be looking for them, and Americans would get them at a real wage.
Exactly, but I mean,
Americans would do the job.
So yeah,
Americans aren't going to do the job for $7 an hour.
Well, yeah,
you're
but
right.
I mean, that's what is it? Not supply and demand, but that's like the real wages go up when you have more workforce. But all you have to do, which is what Trump just did, is get rid of all the government jobs. Right? Get rid of all the government jobs.
271,000, I think.
Yeah, we don't need those. Private sector does well. And then you have the economy like chugging along, and there'll be more manufacturing, there'll be more opportunities. We can keep building, If we build, people are needed to build, right? We haven't built shit in decades. So all we're doing...
Dan Bongino's been saying it on his show. He was like, you're getting all these factories into the United States now because of tariffs. And Dan doesn't like tariffs.
I know he's not. Yeah,
and he's like, I don't like it. He said, guess what? I was wrong. Right? Yeah. The way Trump is using those tariffs,
so far it's working.
It's different than how other countries would. So, and how other presidents did. So you're incentivizing these companies to build a factory in the United States. So now that is production that is taking place domestically. Yep. If you produce more things domestically, that's what wealth is. You have stuff. You can sell the stuff.
Yeah.
That's what wealth is.
Exactly.
You now have things I have something that somebody else wants. It's a product.
Yes.
It's a skill.
Capitalism.
Whatever it is. That is quite literally capitalism. It works. It works extremely well. And that's what the tariffs were always meant to incentivize. People bringing business, manufacturing specifically, back into the country so that the United States now, this country within its borders, is a producer of more things that other people want.
You know what else we need
simple.
You know what else we need to produce? More people, right? Like, I don't need some 40-year-old from Guatemala picking avocados, right? I want an avocado farmer to make an avocado farm, and then I want him to put his kids on the farm picking the avocados. So so he can build a dynasty of avocado farms run by Americans, owned by Americans, picked by Americans, given to Americans. It's not hard to figure out. You don't need these people. You can replace every illegal by just not wearing a condom, right? We don't need them. You just,
true too.
Don't wear a condom and wait 18 years. You'll be fine, or even less.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's. I think the messaging that we need to get out for the midterms, like I said, obviously is get the right people in there. This is not a problem that gets fixed overnight. I feel like everybody. No. I feel like the black pillars are just like, they just think that this shit is something that you can just like. It's like a switch.
They all microwave their steaks because it's faster than grilling it. You know, who cares if it doesn't taste good? I want it now.
But even still, I'm absolutely floored at how they're not impressed with how fast it is going, because Trump is really.
But they don't get it because it's not fast enough for their liking.
I guess
but
nothing
by the way,
would be.
There's nothing will be. You're right. If it's done in 24 hours, they're gonna go, well, why wasn't it done in 23?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Why did it take so long? Okay, like Don Lemon, he got arrested, and people were like, why did it take so long? But they didn't take that long
but
for
they still
J6.
haven't. But they still haven't gotten
to get some J6ers.
Yeah, they still haven't gone after the. They haven't arrested Hillary. They haven't arrested Fauci. They haven't arrested this. They haven't arrested that. Okay, how about this? Do you know that Donald Trump has returned about 145,000 out of the 385,000 kids that came across the border and got lost back to their sponsors or families? Right? You guys talk about how Donald Trump doesn't care about sex trafficking. He literally returned over 140,000 kids that were trafficked and lost by the Biden administration. He's gone after the 764 network. He's released the Epstein files, even though you guys don't like him. He's the one that arrested Jeffrey Epstein. What the fuck are you people talking about?
Exactly.
It's like, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like we're just fighting the left. We're still just fighting the left.
Well, that's how they have to be treated, right? Because that's what they'll be like, oh, I'm not a liberal, I'm a 3-time Trump voter. And I'm like, yeah, but you're behaving like a liberal. So I'm going to treat you like one.
Exactly.
Right? You know, because I don't know if you voted for Trump 3 times. You say that, but you've lied about other things.
Yeah.
So how do I know that you're not? How do I know that if you're the Hodge twins, you're not bullshitting everybody,
I noticed,
and that you actually voted for Kamala?
I notice everybody that ever comes at me in my comment section on a Massey post is like, I'm in Kentucky's 4th district. I'm like, no, you're not. You fucking everybody's in Kentucky's 4th district. You're not.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's the biggest district in the country. Yeah. Everybody lives.
I have people that are actually in Kentucky's 4th district who are like, hey, I'm actually driving by a sign right now for Ed Gowring. He's doing a really good ground game in KY4, so I'm hoping that that's something. I mean, I just think that we need to replace. Marjorie Taylor Greene's gone. Great, right? I'm not a huge Thune fan. I'm not even a huge fan of Johnson. I wish we could, restructure the GOP as we have it right now. But bottom line is Massey is the number one fucking just no right now.
Right.
He's
I'm not a fan of Johnson, although I have a more favorable opinion now than I did 12 months ago because of how he handled the big beautiful bill. He actually showed that he could play politics like an advanced level guy, leaving the vote open, not giving any ground, doing it without the Democrats. I think he played it well, and I think we could do worse. We could do better.
Yeah.
But with these slim numbers, we could do worse. He is well liked in the House on both sides.
He seems
Democrats
like a nice guy. Yeah.
But he's liked. You can talk to him.
Yeah.
So he is a good fit for the job, right? Is he perfect? Is he the best speaker? No.
Well, he's not. I'm just talking about the results. This Congress has done fucking nothing.
And it's hard for him because he knows he's got.
He's not ruthless enough.
3-seat window. He's got a 2-seat or 3-seat window, and Massey already takes it down to a 2-seat or 1-seat window because Massey's an automatic no.
I get that. But when we first started this Congress, we had a bigger majority than that, and he still didn't get anything done. And like I said, I think it's because he actually is a nice guy. Like I wanted Jim Jordan. I think that would have been a better pick. I did too. There was Steve Scalise. There was a couple other better picks, and then for
Scalise, I don't think would have been a better pick.
Maybe not.
I don't.
Maybe not. But
I know he got shot. The whole thing. I don't think Scalise would have been good. Jordan, I think, would have been good. Johnson, they settled for Johnson.
Yeah. Well, they blocked Jordan. Everybody wanted Jordan. Like if you ask the people, like everybody online, I know that online isn't real life, but everybody online was like Jordan.
Yeah.
And then they held up that vote. But anyway, bottom line is this midterms is not just about flipping seats and keeping the House and status quo. We need to change the GOP. It is, and Massey, I think Massey's the biggest problem right now. I'm fine with just Massey going, keeping the majority, and improving it by a few votes. I would like to see a bigger result, but it's the midterms, and midterms generally don't go in the way of the incumbent. So,
right, yeah, it's an uphill battle for Republicans right now, but it's a little bit of a different political climate than it was in 2018. That said, there's going to have to be some sort of results somewhere. I think the SAVE Act would go a long way galvanizing the base. I just don't know if Thune has the stones.
Would the SAVE Act apply to the midterms if they got it in fast enough?
Well, I don't know because it depends on what that bill is going to say. I know the SAVE Act really attacks people who are, or not attacks, but it addresses
targets.
The word. People who are registering to vote have to show proof of citizenship.
Oh, that's right.
So,
that's right. The SAVE Act doesn't even stop illegals from voting. It stops them.
It stops illegals from registering. New illegals from registering to vote.
It's fucking wild that they can register right now. That's insane.
Yeah, well, they tell you, oh, it's not happening. It's against the law. Meanwhile, it's happening.
Why do we need an act to stop something that's not happening?
Right. Exactly.
So fucking stupid.
And even if it isn't happening, right? Even if it is, which it is, but
Yeah.
even if it isn't happening, we know, like, for example, in Arizona, they require you to provide proof of citizenship to register to vote in Arizona. But if you don't show proof of citizenship in Arizona, they will give you something called federal only access, which means you can't vote on anything in the state,
Just the
but you can
federal.
still vote on federal
That's
stuff like
insane.
Congress and the president. And it's like, why? They can't prove that they're citizens of the United States.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be allowed to vote, period.
No.
But federal only is a thing in Arizona. And it's like, this is why you need the SAVE Act, because it is possible right there. And that's just one state.
Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly the reasoning behind this, and I know there is reasoning. I know it's not black and white, but I think that I think Trump should be like, if you don't have voter ID in your state, you get $0. Zero. And literally just put your foot down. No federal funding, period. Do that for a couple of months, because Democrats are happy to shut the government down and take money out of the pockets of their own constituents because of ICE. Trump should be willing to risk it and take the money out of the pockets of the base that lives in these, swing states and swing districts, and just be like, no, you don't get federal funding if you don't have voter ID. Go get voter ID.
I think if you say you don't get federal funding, the best path for him would be to say you don't get federal funding with anything that has to do with your elections.
Yeah.
In your state, because then you can kind of tie the funding. I don't think you can hold all the funding. I mean, I think even if he does what we're saying to do and specialize it, a judge is going to come in and blah, and it's going to wind up. But I think, why not try?
Yeah, whatever's in his
Right? Why not
purview, he
try?
should do, because the Democrats are really good at putting pressure on the people to go against the people in power. So they're like, Democrats are like, we're going to shut down the government. People are going to get mad. They're going to blame you, right? It's actually a strategy that works. Do that. Be like, yeah,
Just do that. Yeah.
be like, I'm gonna. Why did Trump take away the federal funding? Because your state is not requiring voter ID. Well, they should. Okay, go tell them that. It's that simple.
Right. Go tell them.
All right. Well, we did an hour. I'm wiped. Got to work tomorrow, and it's been a fucking
I'm
long
with you.
week.
I got a little bit of a headache brewing, but
Yeah, me too.
You know it is.
Yeah, I did a mud pack, dude. I freaking put 8 60-pound bags of mud, floated it, built a wall. We built a wall.
We build a wall.
It's a great sturdy wall, and I got to finish prep tomorrow. I'm a day behind. I was ahead of schedule though. But anyway, let's do the shout outs. We got Emerald Sonic 78, Lotus 8 Lily, Stassi's for real. That's Gina.
There's Gina.
Tick Pickin' McGroin.
We love Tick. Tick is a great guy.
Cincy Rock 27.
He looks like, you ever see Deadliest Catch?
Yeah.
You know Wild Bill Wachowski?
I think so.
He's like the guy
they all look the
He's
same.
got the long silver hair and he's got the gray beard. And he wears the Wild Bill. That's Tick. It's a spitting image of Wild Bill. It's hysterical.
All right. There you go, Tick. Welcome to the show. We got Crazy Moan McGroin.
Mo is great. We love Mo.
We love Mo. Not reading that shit, YouTube. 7 Legion Studios. AP Unfiltered popped in here. AP Unfiltered, I've been following him for back and forth talking.
Aaron Prager?
Yeah. And I even looked at his last name and I was like, oh, hey, what's up? And then I go, he sent me a link, something that his dad said. And I go, wait a minute, is that your dad? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, oh.
Dennis?
Yeah. Yeah, Dennis,
wow.
Dennis
Awesome.
Prager's his dad. Okay, we got On the Edge. Brennan Farash was in here earlier. That's Shawn's beautiful wife, Brennan, and I think that's everybody. So
That's right.
I think I'll see you tomorrow. I missed today. I woke up late. I think I'll do tomorrow.
That's okay.
Hate Mail Thursdays is one of the favorites, so we'll try to get that in. Oh, HR Show Lurking. You got a shout out at the last minute, just under the buzzer. All right, boys and girls.